Well, the Bluick is going to meet its fate later in the week. And it was a tough choice, but it's going to be rebuilt. I have to. I can't just let this car go. When you get a pet, the first thing that you have to realize is that one day, sadly, it's going to pass away. Pets don't have a second chance at life like a mechanical item such as a car. And being that this is a mechanical item such as a car, it does have a second chance at life. So that's what I decided to do. I'm going to keep it and I'm going to get it rebuilt because it's just too cool of a car to let go. I had it for 2 years now, and 2 years was not enough. Sure, there's a lot of stuff that broke on it, but it is 51 years old. There's a lot more stuff that's going to break on it, and you know, I mean, there's only so many parts you're going to have to replace before you've replaced pretty much all the main systems in the car. So anyway, that's that. It's going to be rebuilt. So I had to go through the arduous process of finding a place, which really wasn't that difficult. I called a number of places that are in the area. There actually were quite a number of them, 5, 6, 7 of them. And the place I decided on came to me through word of mouth from 2 different people, as well as excellent reviews on the interwebs. The only 2 bad reviews they had were people that basically weren't going to be satisfied even if the job was done for free. So I can't knock that at all. While it may be a sight for sore eyes right now, there's going to be a day in maybe about 3 to 6 weeks where it's going to come back to me, all shiny and fancy. I'm going to have them paint the engine the original color, which I guess was red. That's what the top of it looks like, where the paint's not chipped off. Obviously the valve covers are fire engine red as well. And I don't know if they painted the block a different color. I see red paint really all in there as well, so I don't know. Yeah. Interesting story. While I was at the place, the guy, I asked him to show me around the shop, which he graciously did. And there may be a chance, I can't promise this, but there may be a chance that I'll actually even be able to record in the shop. And I'll be going there periodically to just check up on what's going on. Hopefully, and this is all hopeful, I can show you the engine out of the car. I can show you it stripped down to the block, stuff like that. I can't promise any of that, but anyway, that's that. In the back of the shop was, I don't know what model it was, but it was a Bluick from, I'd say probably around 73, and that had a 455 engine. Yes, it made me a bit jealous because I only have a 430, but you know, in the 70s they started doing emissions and detuning the engines and stuff like that for emissions and stuff, so it wasn't really a great time for cars as far as that's concerned. Anyways, he showed me around back there and I saw that Bluick and I asked him about it and he said, oh, that's a customer's. I said, what's it here for? He said, well, it was here for a rebuild. I said, oh, what happened to his? So allegedly the story goes that he hadn't driven it in a long time, so he opened the air cleaner up so he could dump some. I got dirty already. Hopefully all that'll be cleaned up. He opened the air cleaner up to dump some gas in the carbonator, and when he did that, either he didn't notice or he left the air cleaner cover just sort of off to the side, or I don't know, but the wing nut that you see right there fell into the carbonator, was sucked into the engine, and that's what did it in. The guy was honest. He said, I fucked up big time. And that's a pretty damn costly mistake. So I don't know if he had the air cleaner cover just off to the side and then it fired up and the vibration caused it to just once in a lifetime shot bounce in there. or maybe he had a habit of losing wing nuts in the past, so he takes the air cleaner cover off and then threads the wing nut on, like 1 or 2 threads, and when it fired up, the vibration caused it to, you know, unscrew and fall in. That's a possibility as well. I didn't get any details, so I'm just speculating on all of that. But pretty much it's going to be done top to bottom. They're taking the engine out, like I said, and rebuilding everything, so it's going to be new pistons, new valves, springs, all the internal parts of an engine that I can't even name, all new gaskets and seals and all that kind of great happy horse shit. I asked him about the water pump. He said he'll look at it and see if it needs to be replaced while it's off, and if it does, then I'll just do it, because now's the time, although it is right in front, so it's not really a big deal. You know, and maybe we can get whatever leakage in there solved, whatever leakage down in there, way down in there, maybe we can get that solved while we're at it, because I mean the whole thing's going to be redone, so I'd expect so. You know, hopefully it'll all go well. And being that he had another Buick there with a 455, quite honestly, between the 430 and the 455, it's the same engine. It's just a little bit different displacement and different piston sizes and bore and all that kind of stuff, but they've rebuilt one before, so I'm sure that they can certainly do this job. So it's going to cost a lot, but it has to be done, because I can't just get rid of this car. It's just, this is a piece of Americana that you will never see again. There's no other car in the world that rides or drives like this. And you know what? At the end of the day, when all is said and done, it's probably going to run better than new. Certainly better than when I got it new 2 years ago, completely worn out. It's going to run like a dream, I'm sure. Really give you a sense of what an 8-cylinder engine that is properly tuned and freshly new can do for you. On a side note, I don't know if they're going to have to purge the AC system. Obviously, it's not hooked up because the compressor is seized. As you see, you can't turn that. I did check at one point in my travels with all of this that when you put the controls to AC, it does actually get 12 volts here. You don't hear anything because the whole thing is fucked. And you'll see a Schrader valve. So I didn't tell you I did this, but I stuck a small pocket screwdriver in there and just went on the little valve in there, and I heard a hiss. So apparently there's still something in this system. I don't know if it's Freon, I don't know if it's original Freon, I don't know anything, but there is still charge in the system. Am I gonna fix it? No, the engine's too much. If you want to fix it, send me the money, I'll be happy to get it done. You know, if you want it fixed. But other than that, as of right now, there are no plans to fix it. And that's pretty much it. I still have all the wires splayed out here from when I took the valve cover off, and that's really it. No sense putting them back because they sort of pinch into these little things, so you know, why do it again for it to just be taken off and then put back yet again? Doesn't make any sense. And while it's out, I may also get a new oil pressure sender, because the oil pressure gauge always reads, you know, all the way high, and the sender is the most likely culprit. I have no way of knowing. I'm sure it's like under 20 bucks, and while it's out, I mean, you know, just do it. Hopefully they'll address other things like this small radiator hose. It's kind of like spongy in that, so while it's all getting done, hopefully they can just do that. You know, maybe a couple of vacuum lines they'll replace. There's not really much in the way of vacuum under here. That's really it. So anyway, just wanted to let you all know that the Bluick will be resurrected. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.